very simple. What you have to do is that you can oh, well, we haven't because we haven't sworn, right?
Yeah, okay.
You have to back to back. Right?
Okay. Probably rolls up a few of them.
Sorry about that. With this type of rice, what you have to do is that, say we have one measuring cup, 1 cup of rice. You wash it out, you leave it to strain a bit. In another pot, which you're using to cook it, you use 1.1 cups of water, right? Now when you clean the rice, you put this in the pot and you leave it to soak for 15 minutes to half an hour.
Now you know all the colors then.
No, but
you think and know what it is.
No, but it's important. Right? Now, sushi rice is made differently from normal rice that they would eat, right? Normal sticky rice. So I'm going to tell you up to the point where you could eat it like normal rice, and up to the point where it becomes sushi rice, right? What happens, right? Okay. You know. What happens is that when you put the soak now, in the pot from 15 to 30 minutes, right? Depends on the quantity of rice that you have. If you have a rice cooker, you could use that, but most of us use our normal pot and water. So you have 1 cup of rice, use 1.1 cups of water, right? You don't put salt or anything like that in it. After you leave it to soak, you light the fire, you have it on high heat. And when it starts to boil, which will be very fast, you reduce it immediately to very, very low heat, right? Then you put a cloth over it and you put the lid. Because what's going to happen is that the steam is what is going to cook the rice. And sometimes it could take from half an hour. Hi, Sushi. Oh, because she come in. I think I have to check in the back. Sorry.
We are armed with colors. You think you're often to the It's true.
Alright, so what happens if ever you go roll up the top of the pasta. So what happens now is that you don't open the pot to check if the rice is cooked or not. You can't do that because once the steam comes out, you're already reducing the amount of time and the amount of steam that you have to cook the rice with. So you leave it. What you use as your mark is if you want to start to hear it crackle a little, right? That is when you know, okay, it's done, right? So what happens? You take it off and you put it on another burner that wasn't heated. Because if you leave it on the burner, it will actually burn, right? So what happens is that you have the rice there, right? Most people would transfer it immediately to one of these tubs, right? This is actually one of the sushi tubs in Japan. Of course, we don't have these down here, but what you can use is a normal wooden bowl or plastic bowl, right? You have to spread it out. Now, at this point, this is where you're going to start to make the sushi rice of it. If you wanted to eat like normal rice, like with your breakfast and your lunch and things like that, you could leave the rice in the pot and you could take like normal rice paddle, right? Make sure it's wet. You don't ever use it because it's sticky. So you see how this is already thickened. So this, you have to actually dip this in water to turn the rice. For me, I use a fork and I dip it in water to fluff the rice a bit. So it will be two stuff together, right? Now for the sushi pot, once you put it here, you have something called sushi vinegar that is already prepared. If you don't have that, you make a mixture of vinegar and sugar, right? Together, you dissolve the sugar and you pour it into the tub. Now, this is the tricky part. Once it's in the tub, while it's still hot, you have to take a fan and have the rice paddle. And while you are fanning it, you have to turn it. So normally you have somebody there with you as you are mixing the rice, right? So once it cools a bit, and this is where we're going now, right? You have your utensils ready now. It is advisable to get a bamboo mat. I'm sure most of you have seen these already. And as you know, fun. on your window. I don't think your mom would like one big sushi roll right there. So what we are going to make is maki, but we could also make maki rolls, which are half the size. This is the actual seaweed or nori sheets, as they are called. It's made from dry toasted seaweed that has been crushed, right? So let's begin.
Yes.